Hey, book lovers, welcome back to Shelf Addiction, the podcast where we dive deep into the pages of thriller and fantasy reads. I'm your host, Tamara, and today we are covering our January thriller buddy read. But first, a quick heads up. If you crave the full visual experience and want to ditch the ads, head on over to Patreon. You'll unlock ad-free video episodes, exclusive after shows, and other bonus content. If you prefer audio-only Spreaker listeners, you too have access, and also now on Spotify. So if you are subscribed on Spotify, you too have access to the videos. If you want even more bookish banter, join our community over on the Book Club's app, and don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening. That will help other readers find us. And speaking of community, I'm thrilled to welcome back my fabulous thriller mystery co-host and friend Classy from the Bookish Virtual Assistant. Welcome back, Classy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Tamara. 2026.
Yeah, I know, right?
Woo, baby.
Yeah, it's a new year, new books.
Our first book was a banger, good or bad, but it was a banger.
Okay, a banger is something. I'm not really prepared to say if it was good or bad, but I definitely do have positives and negatives.
Right. So, like it was different. It was just like, whoa.
Yeah. I still haven't decided right in this moment what my rating's going to be. So it's going to be an impromptu.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, y'all. As always with Book Chats, we talk full spoilers here. So spoiler alert. As always with Book Chats, we talk full spoilers. So spoiler alert, you've been warned. Today we are discussing The Scammer by Tiffany D. Jackson. The audiobook is narrated by January Lavoie. It was published October 7th, 2025 by Quill Tree Books. It came in at 368 pages in hardcover, and the unabridged audio is 9 hours and 10 minutes. Classy, would you kindly share the synopsis?
Absolutely. Tiffany D. Jackson delivers another stunning, ripped from the headlines thriller, following a freshman girl whose college life is turned upside down when her roommate's ex-convict brother moves into their dorm and starts controlling their every move. Out from under her overprotective parents, Jordan is ready to kill it in pre-law at a prestigious HBCU in Washington, D.C., when her new roommate's brother is released from prison. The last thing Jordan expects is to come home and find the ex-con on their dorm room sofa. But Devontae needs a place to stay while he gets back on his feet. Okay, I'm sorry. And how could she say no to one of her new best friends? Devontae is older, as charming as he is intelligent, pushing every student he meets to make better choices about their young lives. But Jordan senses something sinister beneath his friendly advice and growing group of followers. When one of Jordan's roommates goes missing, she must enlist the help of the university's lone white student to uncover the mystery or become trapped at the center of a web of lies more tangled than she can imagine.
That's not really what happened.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
I'm like, huh?
I said, what? They did not untangle a mystery together? That did not happen, y'all. That did not happen. That synopsis is a lie. Out the gate, we are on a rough start. Like, what is that?
It's not all lies, but that last, the lone white boy didn't help her solve shit.
I'm like, who wrote that? Did AI write that? Who wrote that? That's something that AI would get wrong. Like, that is not what happened.
OMG. Yeah, that's not right. Nope, not at all. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Here we go. Okay. High level. What did you think when you finished the book?
I have never been so frustrated, stressed, disturbed, and I'll say even captivated by a story in a long time. All those at the same time. It was a train wreck that I couldn't look away from. So many emotions, and that ending, I was like, I know you fucking lying, but then I was like, this is Tiffany D. Jackson. at first I was like, I know you fucking lying, but then I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Tiffany is notorious for doing that with her endings, and you fell for it again.
So when I was done, I was like, I knew that about that man. I knew it
Hmm.
early. I said that early. It was less than 20%, I think.
Yeah.
But the last little part, I said, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Because you know what? I'm sorry. She didn't give not one breadcrumb. It was like she just decided at the end, this is what I'm going to do. When I think back on that book, there was no breadcrumb, no indicate, no, you know how sometimes when you hear like the ta-da at the end, you go back and you think, wait, there was this one part, maybe could have told me. There was another part. There was
Yeah.
nothing,
There
dude.
was no
Nothing.
indicators. Yeah.
I'm like, that was some bullshit she just pulled out of you, I don't know, thin air
Oh,
at the
I'm glad
last minute.
you said air. I was going to say something
I
else that
almost
began with
said
the letter
something.
A
Look, I almost said that.
and,
I said, it'd be
3
nice.
letters.
I said, it would be nice. I was like, I was going to say it, but you know, that's how I felt. That's like some bullshit. I just felt like,
Yeah. Yeah. So it was basically like, oh, you guys thought he was the scammer.
yeah,
He was the scammer. Yeah. And my sinister laugh. But yeah, like the only thing that she could have possibly threw us with is, those whatever steps of how to be a friend, because she didn't know how to be a friend. But I was like, no, that still didn't go with the plot twist, because that could have went along with her not being able to know how to be friends with Black women, because she
right.
went to a predominantly white high school. So, but yeah, there was no indication, because you know what else threw me was when she said when she went, no, wait, was it either after her brother died and she went through his photo album, or when she went home and she went through the photo album and she found his, and I'm like, when the hell did that happened?
So we don't know when that happened. It wasn't on page, but there was one throwaway line when she went back for her stuff after Nick. She stayed like with Nick the first night. She was
Mhm.
nervous they were going to ransack her room. And they were
Right.
like, "Where they got, hopefully they didn't find anything." And then she threw some line. I don't remember exactly when that line came out, but she said something about, "Oh, they've been in my phone, but everything important is in a like a hidden folder with the
Yeah.
password."
Right. Yeah. But there was something else,
Yeah,
like I found all these pictures of him and,
his
um,
his little girlfriend or whatever
yeah,
at the
because
time.
right, because I know she went back in time where she was kinda, like, talking to her brother Kevin
Mhm.
before he passed away, and she's like, "Are you on drugs? Are you this, and that?" And, so I was like, so with that, so I kinda went back in my mind, and I was like, was there something in that conversation that she mentioned? Because he didn't say, like, "I'm in love."
No.
He didn't say, he said, "I'm not on drugs," none of that. So yeah, I was very confused when, she threw that in there about, her brother Kevin falling for the same scheme from Vanessa, which I found hard to believe, because Vanessa, excuse me, only schemed, it seemed like, well, I don't know. Like, how did they meet? Like,
We
it
don't
seemed like,
know. They met at
yeah,
college. It seems like Vanessa is the eternal college student.
yeah, but her
She
brother didn't, he never made it, remember? Because remember, the reason why she went is because after he passed away, didn't she's got his acceptance letter, and that's why she chose to go?
See, I thought the brother was 2 years ahead of her, and
Yes.
he went to school. In his freshman year, that happened in his freshman year.
Okay. So I
But
didn't piece
he
those
didn't
2.
go to that school. He went to another HBCU. I think he went to Xavier or something.
Oh.
That is where he met Vanessa. And then somehow there was some link that the author said she found something where I guess Vanessa had expressed something about going to this other school,
Yeah.
which was the indicator for her, let me try to get into
To
this school.
Fraser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which
Xavier was a university that white boy Nick's black friend went to.
right.
Yeah.
That was
But
yeah.
yeah, okay, so I see what you're saying. But yeah, she is the perpetual college student who looks younger. Okay.
Look, that
Yeah.
is the epitome of black don't crack because this woman was not 60, 32
30s
years old, 32 years old, walking around acting like she is a college freshman.
with a banging body. And that was the other thing, like the banging body wouldn't have thrown me because how many black women younger are, have banging bodies and
Well,
could
nowadays,
possibly.
the kids nowadays look different than when we were children. So
Hmm.
that's not
Hmm.
surprising at all.
No,
That wouldn't
not
have
at all.
flagged me.
No. But yeah, okay, so when you explain that, that seems more plausible for me, that Kevin, so I'm wondering then after Kevin found out about their scam is when he applied to Frazier, but never went because he did apply and did get an acceptance letter, but never went because he unalived him. So I don't know about with the podcast and what we can say. I don't know.
Unalived, I guess I've
Yeah,
heard.
unalived himself. And then she got his acceptance letter, which is when she um hmm
So,
yeah.
look,
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm not
e-
gonna go there down that rabbit hole.
even putting those technicalities out of mind, Jordan's character was acting so fucking stupid the whole book that I could not understand. How you gonna make me believe that she was trying to manipulate and do things on purpose when she was acting so dumb? Like she couldn't even when her life was in danger. So for example, when her friend calls her or one of the roommates calls her while she's at Nick's event and they're like, girl, they coming for you. Click. She's like, oh, I should say
I
something. Maybe not.
know.
I'm like, you are dumb AF. You cannot be so, to me, so thinking 10 steps ahead to try to catch some people. And at the
And
same time, be so naive to think that when someone warns you that people are coming for you, they're not really going to get you.
yeah.
Why
And
don't you
even
protect yourself? That
right, that part. And even if you were trying to play the dumb role, I'm still not letting nobody beat my ass like that.
exactly. Dude,
Come get
what?
me. Come find me.
After she already had an interaction where the girl punched her in the stomach and she would have got more if Nick and his boys didn't come. So she already got tapped. She could have they could have killed her. And then all of that work would have been for nothing.
Yeah.
All that planning for nothing. So that's why I'm like, it doesn't really jive that she's this master planner. And, I just didn't believe it at all. I'm like, I call bullshit because there were
Yeah.
no indicators about that girl's personality that told me she was that smart. Like,
No. And the
no.
other things that I've in retrospect after the ending, and then I go back in my mind and like, whoa, 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 whoa. So you're going to tell me you're the scammer and you knew that these people were scamming and you drank the Kool-Aid, literally drank the Kool-Aid. You drank that funky ass tea. I'm not drinking and eating shit that y'all provide for me. I will pretend like unless she was faking those
She wasn't.
hallucinations that
She
she was
wasn't.
in the book. But I'm sorry, if
No,
I know I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. I'm not eating.
yeah.
I'm sleeping with my head on a swivel. I'm watching everything.
But that's the thing, though. I know she was trying to blend and seem naive, but it went okay. She actually the internal monologue that we had from her when she, for example, saw those fries and said, "Oh, it's pig or whatever," whatever she said about those fries, whatever she said about the different foods, and she ingested that stuff. Like, she ingested that into her mind. She
Mm-hmm.
wasn't away from them and was like, "Oh, well, I'm about to eat."
Yeah.
She took that on. And that
Yeah.
tells me, I'm like, even if you think the woman is a scammer and something funny is going on, you're letting them get in your head. My family, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how can I believe that she was this mastermind when that stuff was infiltrating her personality in a serious way?
But okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here with that part. And maybe that was part of Tiffany's whole plan with this, is that even though you are this smart and have this plan, how easily you can be manipulated by such a charismatic person like Devante, that even though when you think you're so strong, there's those subtle pieces, like the subtle psychological grooming, um, and that group think, like here you have all these women in here and you think, nope, I'm smarter than this, because that's what I was thinking too in this book. Like, I would never do nothing like that. I'm too smart. But there's so many people who are smart and intelligent who have fallen for
Yeah, and I would
these
agree with
tricks.
you, except I think in normal circumstances that is true. I think most people think they're smarter than that.
Hmm.
But because, like, again, these are freshman girls, they're
Hmm.
young. A lot of them haven't really seen anything in the world. They're really innocent and, novice when it comes to worldly things. But Jordan specifically went there with a vendetta,
True.
specifically. And it's
Yes.
like from the day one in her mind, she knew this woman was a con artist from day one.
Hmm.
So while she didn't know what to, and she knew the brother was dealing with that Devante as well. The brother stole money from the parents. She knew all of their tricks. She
Yeah.
knew them.
Yeah.
But yet still it got in her head, which again, it shows her age probably.
Hmm.
But I found that ridiculous. I did. I could, like I said, if it was a regular, hey, I just end up at this college my brother wanted to come to, and I feel something is funny, but if she wasn't so deliberate at the end, it seemed like she was deliberate from day one, I could buy it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Very true. But yeah, but I was just trying to, play that devil advocate. Like maybe that was her whole plan, is, well, not her whole plan, but for us to see that even though you have this plan of, I'm going to get revenge, how easily you
Mm,
can slip. Because if we think about it, there were subtle moments where we did see glimpses of, oh my God, I think she's coming out of it, or she wanted to say something to them. Like, that there were those little glimpses where she felt like, because I think there was one moment she said, little do they know what's about to happen. And I was like,
mhm,
yes, she gonna tell their ass off. Yes. And then all
mhm.
of a sudden
Yeah,
back to,
same shit.
yeah. So, yeah, I wonder if that was part of the writing, and
Maybe.
yeah, for us to realize that, yeah,
It didn't deliver for me though.
I know. I know.
I don't know. Jordan
With
was
that
so
ending,
frustrating.
with that ending and what she did, yeah, I rethought everything I thought about this, about
Look,
certain things. It had me questioning some shit.
let me just say, okay, so just to go back kind of to the beginning of this book, I thought that the first, I don't know, 25% was kind of like making me angry and not in a good way. I was very pissed off. And not only things were like moving at a snail's pace, I kept waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
But it was easy to read because of the ridiculousness of the bullshit. I'm like calling out things, and then a couple sentences later, the character would say the same thing. Or,
Mhm.
I'm like, what the hell is this? This is frustrating.
Yeah.
And I want to like shake Jordan's ass and be like, yell in her face like I was Tyra Banks. I was
Yes.
ready for you, you
I was rooting for you.
dummy. I
Shaken baby syndrome.
love.
Yes,
I'm like, I
girl.
cannot. I was so
In this
angry.
and this audience may be too young, but there was many times I wanted to slap her ass like Cher did Nicolas Cage in Moonstruck. Snap out of it!
Yeah. Uh,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm like, and honestly, that happened. That manipulation from Devante and Vanessa, because it was a two-prong, it
Mhm.
was her working it from the girl's
Yeah,
side and him working it from his side.
yeah,
But that happens so fast. You blink and these women are
yeah,
voluntarily not eating, drinking tea. He's telling them
yeah.
how to dress. They cutting their hair. They
Yeah,
not
I
wearing
thought
their
that was too
makeup,
quick. I thought that was
giving
way
up
too
their
quick.
Gucci bags and everything else. I'm like, what kind of
Yeah, that kind of psychological manipulation, I felt like does not happen that fast, but I
Yeah,
realize this is a book.
I know.
But I'm just like, this happened before. It seemed like it happened before the fucking
It
semester
did.
was
It
over.
happened in one semester. It wasn't even over. They went home. They went, that was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I mean, they were straight up.
Let's think. You go to school when you're in college, probably August. You go to school in August.
Mhm.
So not even the whole month of August, probably, first or second week of August, maybe.
Yeah,
September, October, 3 months.
yeah,
3 months, these women were allowing this man to beat on them, allowing other women to beat on each other because he
mhm,
said so. They
yeah,
were allowing all of their worldly possessions to be sold off. They were scamming their parents to get money for him. They
yeah,
were doing not eating, suffering in this small ass suite with all these people in a stinky environment, a stinky, unclean environment at one point.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, no,
Yeah,
because
after
he
what's her
was
face
clean.
was gone, no one was cleaning. He was cleaning only the first 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're
Remember?
right.
He got him nice and
But they but
comfortable.
they but they constantly said, "You mean to tell me he did all this cooking and cleaning for us and he can't stay here?" And I was
That's
like,
what I'm telling you. Deuces. Get this old ass out of here.
yeah, and it had to stink because they said it constantly smelled like his ass. And I'm sorry, that was smelly balls in socks.
It's probably smelling like a boy's dorm. And then they had all
Mhm.
those boys in there, like, keeping
Yeah,
watch and all this dumb
I
shit.
know. When
Like,
he
come
told
on.
Kareem to wash her face, and
Yeah.
I was like, "You weak ass
Right.
dude."
Yeah, girl.
'Cause I was
I was gonna say a different word, but we
I know
don't.
us too, but I was like, even though I've said the Fuck word enough time, but I
Yeah.
was like, "You're a weakling.
Yeah. Like,
You,"
how dare
as
he
my
looked at
mother would say,
her
"You piss poor excuse for a man."
he looked at her
And then you go,
unsure and did it anyway.
yeah, and then said, "Scrub harder."
Right.
You know how many times I said, fuck you, Devante," so many times while reading this book.
First
So many
off,
times. I don't think I've said to any other book. I was like, "Fuck." I I'm sorry. I would have and I'm looking at some of my notes, and there was one moment in this book where Jordan said, and this is what I was saying, like there was little moments where glimpses where you thought she was about to snap out of it. And she said, "I'm ready to flip a table in here." And my response was like, "Flip the damn table, Jordan." But
yeah.
did she?
No, she
No.
did not.
So I don't know if those were those little bitty things where um Tiffany was trying to show us that Jordan is not this innocent little weakling that we think she is. Because there were some other little lines like that. But again, I digress. Um, yeah, and then she kept saying, "I'm not a good friend. I'm not a good friend." And this was my thought. And if I'm not a good friend, folks, tell me. These women did not want to listen. And you can only lead a horse to water. You
Mhm.
can't make them drink.
Mhm.
I'm leaving y'all because there was one line that said,
I
"You
would have
can't
left them
leave the
too.
girls there like that."
Yes, you can.
Fuck
Save
that.
yourself. But the problem is she needed to leave, save herself, and tell.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Her
Mhm.
ass, I was so frustrated with the amount of times I'm like, open your fucking mouth, bitch. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Say something. Like, you are going around here going to housing. You about to try to get out of there. That wasn't a pretend. You tried to get out of there, but you're not going to say anything. You're just going to and then the thing where, when, what's her name? Clementine or whatever the girl's name was, after she was gone, and the police were looking at your ass.
Wait a minute.
Look.
Let's back up. You call Cammy Clementine?
Yes, I sure did from that other book. I sure did.
My God.
Cammy. Well, what was her name? Camera. Camera. What's her name? Camera. I was like, that's too close to Tamara. I said, okay, Tamara.
Wait a minute. I'm like, who the hell is Clementine?
Look, Cammy's dumbass. She a dumbass too.
Oh gosh, we want to talk about gullible.
But
she was the classic one to be. For what happened to her, she was the perfect character. I mean, church girl. He flipped every belief she had on religion and her man. She was perfect. I mean, she was the perfect victim. Yeah. And if anything, I thought her character was very believable. And how she was manipulated.
Well, and again, I know that had there had been one more different personality in that suite, that wouldn't have went down. If there was one stronger, louder personality in that suite, Vanessa would have moved on. She would have probably tried to switch roommates or something.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
The thing about like cults and stuff, it's like they know who to get. They know who's an easier target. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that even Devontae knew that Jordan wasn't that easy of a target.
Yep.
So exactly. That's why he didn't like push her like he did to others.
Right. Because they did say he's softer on you.
Right.
But he was also trailing her ass because he knew, like you were saying, that group think if there was one more strong person, but he knew that she was the strong person. She was a writer, some of her beliefs, he knew that she questioned things.
She was strong, but not strong enough.
Yes.
That's what he thought. I can break her. It's just going to take more time.
Right. Because he knew
this way won't work on her. I need to use a different way.
Mm-hmm. Because he knew, he could tell she, probably didn't grow up in a predominantly Black school environment. He recognized it. Game, they recognized. But you're right. I feel like, too, that they realized, holy cow, we got a bunch of other gullibles in here, but let's break her. Let's see if we can break Jordan. If we can break and do that division. Mm-hmm. At first it was the group think we're sisters, and then it was then the divide amongst sisters.
Yeah.
And creating that jealous thing of, separating them and hugging them and having special meetings, and like, y'all can have his funky ass.
This is what chills me out. It just grates my nerves. So if I'm a quote unquote good girl, right, and very inexperienced, I just remember what I was like as a freshman. They probably would have put me in this group because I was raised in the burbs. I didn't have a whole lot of street experience per se, but I was strong-willed. I might go in the Jordan category. I was strong-willed, but I was not a drinker. I was not a drug user. If someone gave me a tea that knocked me on my ass and gave me hallucinations, I would have been out that bitch the next day.
Heck yeah.
What the heck was that?
Right. and you knew it. It wasn't like you didn't know what happened the next day.
Right.
You knew, you knew that you're something is in the fuck is going on, and I got this dude yelling in my ear talking about your family treated you wrong and blah, blah, blah. Dude, I just want to go to the porcelain throne so I could throw this shit up.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my ear.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to worry about me ever coming back.
No.
As soon as I go to class,
Deuces.
I'm not coming back.
You never see my ass again?
I will go home to my
Yeah.
parents that don't want me here.
Yeah.
I will take my chances with them before I take my chances with you.
Like, what the heck? You just gonna, like, give me some hallucinogenic drug and then stand over me trying to persuade me that shit happened to me that I know did not happen? What is that?
I know, girl.
Oh my
Mm-mm-mm.
god.
Yeah,
Like, you know when something is wrong, you know right from wrong. Why
yeah,
would you think that that's okay? That was the craziest thing of all. Like,
yeah,
what jump started this was insane.
yeah. And just so fast, you know. But I mean, even though it happened fast, the indoctrination, um, she still tried to like slowly give it to us as far as like the little different things that would happen throughout the semester. Before you know it, the girls aren't going to school, and that was the other thing. It's like here I'm going to a predominantly Black university, and you are trying to dispel everything that they're teaching me. So why not drop out? Why are we still here? Oh, I forgot, because Devontae needs a place to stay. Anyway, like, why am I even going to school if whatever I'm going to school for has no purpose, because
Mhm.
Devontae's teaching me
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
But again, that's, I have a totally different mindset, and I'm the reader. I am not, like you were saying, my college years, I did question that while
Yeah.
reading this book. Would I have fallen prey to this? And
I don't think you would've. I don't think I would've
no,
ultimately because the thing is at the beginning, he was sprinkling some things that were true with blatant
mm,
lies.
yeah, and that's what they do.
And this is today. Pick up your cell phone and Google some shit. Why are you just taking somebody's word at face value? What
Yeah,
is wrong with you?
yeah, and that was something that we were trying to figure out too. Like, what is the timeline of this? Because, like you were saying, there's certain things within this time frame or this timeline, which we found it had to be within the 2022 to current timeline, because they talked about TikTok dances.
Mhm.
So a lot of this stuff could have been easily researched. Not
Mhm.
like, during my time at university, where we had to literally go to the library and look these things up. It was not easily accessible. But
Mm.
I did place myself, like, I went, I don't know if you did this, but I went back to my college year, my freshman year, and I was like, so yeah, I do remember being gullible about some things, but
But not that
I
gullible.
no, I remember going to a frat party
Mhm.
and some things were happening. I'm a watcher,
Mhm.
and I'm watching shit. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo,
This is, something's wrong.
my
Radar,
my spidey
yes,
senses.
it's going
And I
off.
was like, So I start watching, and I start watching girls begin to act different, or, like more, like real drunk. And I was like, I think she only had like one drink,
Mhm.
and then I was
Mhm.
like, I'm not drinking
See,
shit.
look, I was so suspicious of everybody. I was suspicious of everybody. And even though, like I said, I didn't have a lot of quote unquote street cred, but I was very smart and I was suspicious of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so suspicious because like the boys would do a little lap around the girls' dorm, the freshman girls' dorm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I know what this is. I know exactly what this is. I ain't fucking with y'all at
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
figuratively and literally.
Right? Yeah.
And the thing is, it's hilarious. But I remember actually someone that I dated that year told me that his group of friends thought I was a lesbian because I would not be all up in the grill with all the boys. I
Oh,
said, "Oh, I
good.
gotta be a lesbian because I don't want to be all up." Okay, what's
Yeah.
wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? All of y'all. So
And
I
and
was very
and that and that saved you from jerks,
yeah.
basically.
And I
Mhm.
I think that should had a Devontae showed up talking this mess, he probably wouldn't have entertained me for very long because now that I
Mm-mm.
really think about it, I would have been like, "This sounds stupid."
Yeah. You sound stupid.
You
You
sound
don't
stupid.
you don't get off my damn phone.
What college did you go to? What history book did you learn this out of?
Girl, yeah. But
Somebody told you this and you just ran with
yeah,
it?
you just believed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, some of the stuff he was spewing, he was talking about how one of the things was that women weren't supposed to bleed every month. I'm like, "What the hell are you telling people?"
and the poor diabetic girl, just go
Yes.
natural. I'm like,
No.
"Oh my god."
And the funny thing is, or not so funny, the minute she threw her little diabetes medicine in the trash, I said, "She's dead. She's a dead girl walking. It's only a
Mhm.
matter of time before she is dead."
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is we don't know exactly what happened to her. We still didn't know at the end of the book what happened to her. It's suspected, obviously, that either Devontae did something to her or Vanessa did something to her.
Well, no, the girl who's diabetic isn't the girl that went missing. Cammie went
Oh,
missing.
okay,
Cammie
Tammy,
is the
the other
church
one.
girl.
Oh, with all the bags.
Lauren, I think, is the diabetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, I knew one of them was going to die.
Yeah.
And the messed up thing is
And
we don't
Legacy
really
and the
know.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed 2 people.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, I guess maybe no, Legacy couldn't have gone home. They would have known if he went home.
Yep. Yeah. They
He
kinda
was the one
glossed
that
over
left the
him.
frat, and he wrote this Devontae let them he talked them into writing these soliloquies and sending them out
Mhm.
to staff and fraternity members and telling all their business. It's a mess.
Yeah. It really was. And I was
Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
I need to catch my breath before I go in some more on these crazy, raggedy characters.
Raggedy,
Raggedy.
raggedy.
Ugh. Okay, you guys, check out these commercials. By listening to those, you are supporting the podcast. Click around, do all the things, follow us all over social media, join the book clubs. We appreciate you for doing that, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. I do want to say, I understand this was inspired by real life, a notorious cult.
Mhm.
But I believe the real cult happened at a college with white students, right?
It did. Sarah Lawrence College.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe it was one of the students' father, if I'm
Yes,
not
it was a
mistaken.
father that moved in.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
And
really weird.
Hulu has a show too called Stolen Youth, I think it's called. Let me see,
Mhm.
I wrote it down. Stolen Youth is on Hulu that's based on that story. But there's a documentary too as well. I haven't looked at, on that. But yeah, Sarah Lawrence, it happened in 2022.
So, I found that pretty interesting. I don't think I want to look at that or anything because I'll probably be saying the same things like, "These people so stupid." So, and I don't mean to say that like that, but that's how I probably would feel. Like, sometimes when people are just, like, taken for a ride, it's
Mhm.
like, "Come on." So I don't think I will look at the real thing, but it was interesting that she decided to put this at a HBCU and put all that social commentary in there. That's her thing, but I'm like, I don't know if it really meshed well with the truth. I don't know how I'm trying to say this. I'm just saying I believe that could happen in the way that it happened in real life. I don't know if I believe that could happen in this setting that Tiffany D. Jackson has presented. It reads unbelievable and not in a way that Black kids can't fall for things, but you know how in horror movies or sometimes you be like, "Where's the Black friend?" They would stop you from doing that dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Where's the neighbor? Where
And,
is I you know what
and
I'm
here's
saying?
the
Like, how
thing.
did that
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah. And here's the thing. Instead of that black friend, she used Nick's ass,
Yeah.
the white savior,
Yeah.
where she
But
flipped it. Granted, Sarah Lawrence College, I doubt it was a in the movies where there's always the black savior,
right.
that saves the white people. But she used Nick and his I won't say his whiteness, but he was the one to come in and he had the fucking common sense. Even though, later on we find out that Jordan had common sense all along. But yeah, there usually is one black friend and she tried to use some people from the pre-law, but it wasn't like glaring.
No, like how,
But
like,
but if you're gonna use but like you said, if you're gonna use this type of setting, there's some shit we're just not falling
other
for.
people would have said things.
Yeah,
More
there's
people.
yeah.
Like, I can't believe that Ari would fall for this old ass man
Well,
because
yeah, because somebody was like, "Yeah, who is he? He looks old as fuck." No, he doesn't. Yeah, he
yes,
does.
yes. He, like, Vanessa could pass, he could not. Everyone knew
Yeah.
he was old.
Mhm.
How do even other people on that floor or in that dorm, they see what's going on, and in that type of environment, I cannot believe that no one is saying anything. I cannot
Yeah,
believe that.
true. Yeah, because that yeah,
Because
because
as
I
a
remember
student, I would go tell somebody, even if I had to
girl.
drop something anonymously, I would rat them out in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. And I know other students would, young
Yeah,
students
because it's
would.
not safe. I don't
No.
know who the
So,
you're not even safe with your own roommates nowadays. You know what I
no.
mean? When you think about, you don't really even know who your roommate is, let alone here we have this extra person. And you're just like, who the fuck? And not just that, and we never did know if this was a co-ed dorm or all girl, but who's to say they knew he didn't belong.
Yeah.
And somebody gonna snitch. There's
Yeah.
gonna be a snitch.
Mhm. That would
I
not have
would have been
I
I
don't
would have been this
understand it.
that would have been me.
There
I'm
was
sorry.
just too much suspension of disbelief for me in this story,
Yeah.
just because of how we know the community is. There's no fucking way. There's no way this man would have been there for a whole semester and no
No.
one would have found him out.
Mm-mm.
And
Girl, there would have been a powwow of
it
some
would
other
have been
girls.
somebody's cousin up
Like,
there kicking his
girl.
ass out. Like, if I have to call my cousins up here, my brothers up here, or somebody.
But, or just the other girls in the hallways, like,
That's what I'm
girl, what
saying.
is
Get
going
rid of
yeah,
this
like,
guy.
what is going on? They got this up in here.
Mhm. What is
And
that?
then you start seeing, and not just that, then you just start gradually seeing, and I'll just use this example from my college years. I remember, and I can't remember her name, but I remember this young girl, a fellow classmate, when she started, bubbly, friendly. You saw her everywhere doing this and doing that, and then probably by October, she had totally changed, had became very introverted. She always walked with her head down, and at first we thought it was because she was pledging. And she used to talk to us. And then one day we just kind of sat with her at the table and we're like, girl, what is going on? Oh, nothing's going on. I'm okay. I'm okay. And then, we finally kind of just pulled her to the side and was like, no, something is totally wrong. You are not the same person that you were when we started. And come to find out, she had been raped.
See?
And
See?
and yeah, and we just, and we kinda talked to her and got her over to counseling and things like that, but she was just trying, "No, I'm okay," and it was like, "Mm-mm." And that's what, like, with this story, these people started noticing that these girls were losing weight,
Mhm.
their eating habits, and mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, exactly what you said. I feel like that would happen in this type of environment. There's
Yeah,
no way
yeah,
that people would just watch this group of girls just shrivel away to nothing,
mhm.
start changing how they look, how they dress, not going to class. No one would just stand by and not say anything.
Right. And even Nick, even if we wanna go there with Nick could have said something.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't have to just say, "Yeah, well, she didn't want me to say anything." You can say something anonymously.
Yeah.
And he knew.
Mhm.
You literally knew. I mean, you came in and stopped her from getting her ass beat. So you
Mhm.
know something is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That
And
was wild because she he busted after she screamed.
girl. They punched her in the damn stomach. And you only got to
Yeah.
punch me once.
Look,
I'm not coming back.
I'm not coming back. I don't care. F that little family. Deuces.
I'm sorry. You only got to punch me. Matter of fact, the whole scam that I just ran, now that I've got punched, it's over. I'm revealing everything because I wasn't expecting to get my ass beat. It's over. The scam is over. The plot twist is over.
Yeah.
You're not gonna you're not gonna punch me in my stomach and cut my hair off and whatever the hell else they did. No, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
over.
tapping out. This is a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Vanessa, all of y'all, you're busted.
What's crazy is when Jasmine got a hold of the of Devontae's parole person and then got the number for the detective, she called and left one message. I don't understand. Don't you want to turn these motherfuckers in? I don't understand. What is happening? You just gonna go about your business like, oh, well, maybe they'll call me back? Again, that makes no sense with what she's trying to do. She's not trying to unalive them because she had the opportunity to drug old girl a little bit more, but she didn't. She didn't drug Vanessa more. She survived.
Yeah.
So why not try to get them taken care? I don't understand. She should have been on repeat calling that guy over and over again.
Man, I'd have been on the hotline.
Yeah.
On the wire.
She had evidence.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So again, like intuitively, the decisions Jordan was doing do not align, even if you're trying to keep it low key so the reader can't figure it out right away. It was still so blatantly opposite of her own interest on many levels. It was just hard for me to swallow it.
Yeah. Yeah. And even like you said, even if she would have did it where she said, where we did have that one friend that questioned everything, like we didn't even have that really tough friends, like, girl, you sure? You know, like she could have threw that in there every once in a while to show our community that part, especially at, like you said, at HBCU, because it's nothing but Black people. You're going to tell me not one said anything to y'all on that? Because it's going to be one little smart mouth. Who the fuck is he? Why is he on our floor?
And it's always somebody in the bunch that wants to be the mother to everyone. That person will be like, what's going on in here, guys? What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. There's always there's a nosy one. There's a sassy. Yep.
Like,
there's one in every group. Yeah. I mean, you could probably name everywhere.
Yeah.
And I would say that's even at a PWI. There's all, you know what I mean? Like there's always somebody who you can rely on to do X, Y, and Z. And yeah, there was never anyone that would, kind of show up like the little Miss Kravitz, Black or white, somebody. But again, I believe this was kind of like Nick, but even if she was going to use Nick, she missed that opportunity for him to, well, I won't say that. He tried.
So what do you think about Nick as a whole and how she tried to use his character? I want to hear what you think.
Yeah.
Because his whiteness didn't really play into the plot at all.
It didn't. It didn't add.
No, it didn't.
It didn't add anything for me. I really wasn't sure what he was there for. Yeah. Because he really didn't do anything. And even in this, unless, let's go back to the synopsis I just read it in Goodreads, unless he was supposed to, in Tiffany's original transcript, help her find the missing roommate.
Yeah.
Who's to say? And then they flipped it. But his character didn't lend any importance to this story for me.
He was just a rescue, let me rescue you.
It was like all of a sudden we have a romance that's how I felt in this story, and I was like, "Okay, so basically he was almost like the replacement Jack,
Yeah.
because her boyfriend Jack, who was obviously a white guy,
Yeah.
from her high school who she was supposed to go to Stanford with, but Nick is the polar opposite of Jack because he accepted Blackness, and you know what I mean? But I was just like, I'm not sure what Nick is here for.
Honestly, Nick could have been
And he
black.
played a big part in this
Nick could have
story.
been black. He could have had a very similar story. He could have had wealthy parents that dumped his ass with the nanny. That's all of
Mhm,
those things could be the same. His girlfriend could have been murdered by her ex. All of those things could have been exactly the same.
mhm.
There was nothing about him, unless her point is to use him as the white savior. I don't know. I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Um,
'Cause I was
I,
like, when they got to, like, getting real mushy, and I was like,
you know what I thought at that point? I was like, did we ever find out what Nick even looks like
"Mm."
other than him being white? I'm like, I don't remember a height. I don't remember an eye color. I don't remember anything about him except for one time his face got red when they were laughing. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
remember
remember either.
anything
He had some
about his.
washboard abs when he took off his clothes, but as far as, like, a descriptor, no. I
Yeah,
don't remember
so
if he was blonde, blue-eyed, I can't remember.
he could have been anybody.
Mhm. Yeah,
I don't know.
true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what purpose he served in this story, and like you said, he could have been anyone, but to put and not to say that they don't exist, they do exist at Black universities where white men do show up, but what was his purpose in this story? Um,
That's what I
like you said,
wanna know.
it could have been
Yeah,
anybody.
there was nothing really about his story that contributed to the plot other than some stupid side love
And they had
relationship
something in
thing.
common, they both lost someone, they went through the stages of grief, that was it, and I was like, "Hmm,
And she
yeah,
still didn't even tell him the truth. Like, she even said at the end of the book, like, well, when he really
mm,
finds out, I don't know what's gonna happen to this relationship.
I know, girl," and that ending, I felt like the ending was well, we'll go there, but yeah, Nick, I wasn't sure, and their little love triangle and fake romance, and I was like, "Lord, we didn't went into a romance
Yeah, that's
trope."
a fake romance. Yep, a
Yeah, and you had the
fake dating trope. There it
yeah,
is.
that
Yeah.
and the forced proximity, and I was like, "Lord
Mhm.
have mercy, this feels like a," and then, and this, and again, this is, tagged or labeled a YA thriller mystery.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, and I think too that may be why she tried to use so much gullibility because of the YA, um, aspect, because they weren't even young adults. They were, well, what's the other? What's the
new
next
adult.
level? New adult, yeah, because they were basically right out of high school.
So, Imma say 2 things that might be unpopular.
Uh-oh.
So, I think I have come to the realization that I no longer can relate to these young ass kid stories. It's
Yeah.
so
Amen.
infuriating. I can't do it. So, I feel like if it's a YA mystery or thriller, it's a
I
no
don't
for
wanna
me,
do it.
dog. I don't wanna hear it.
Yeah.
I don't care who wrote it. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Um,
Before it would be like, "Yeah, I think I," and now it is. It's
this
just
just pushed me over the edge. I was like, I could not do this. There was not one person in this whole story that I didn't find infuriating. Not one.
yeah.
Our main character, I didn't even like her.
No. No.
And I mean, I
No.
don't have to, but I need to connect to something,
Yeah. Very
and I
true.
couldn't. And then secondly, of the Tiffany D. Jackson books I've read, the ones that I like more have something paranormal in them.
Hmm.
I don't like this I just feel like there's enough going on in the world. I don't need to read these kind of stories.
Oh, where she brings in the social
I I
realism.
I just don't like it sometimes, and maybe it's just my mindset right now. I'm not feeling it, and then
Mhm.
top it with all the stupidity of these children. It was just too much
Yeah,
for me
yeah. This
right
one.
now in January 2026.
And we
So,
started off, yeah.
but like it was a fast read. It was easy.
Mhm.
So those things were true. So, I like to say two things can be true.
True.
It wasn't bad
At the
read.
same damn time.
Yeah. Um, and also I'm glad I picked it up on audiobook because our girl January
I
Lavoie does
know,
great.
as soon as I heard her voice, I was like,
Yeah,
"Yay!"
she does a great job no matter what she's reading.
Mhm. Yeah. But, yeah, I agree, to be honest, the only time I do read a YA book is for book club, because if book club picks it. I am not picking up a YA book on my own because they frustrate the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And I think I've said that to you, before in any book club or on this. My mind is, I'm like, I don't remember being this dumb. And I probably was, but I was just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
and I get it. But I'm not that reader. I'm not the audience.
I
You know what
just
I mean?
yeah,
I'm not the audience, and
yeah.
I could say that respectfully. This is could be for a different audience, and it's not me.
I'm too
I am not the
old. I'm over the hill, quote unquote. I'm past the threshold where this would be appealing to me. It's
Mhm.
official. It's happened.
Yeah, and I've
Um,
read some of her other stuff that had would be considered maybe YA, and I kinda liked it, and I don't remember being as frustrated with the characters as I am with this one.
but see, that's the thing. I feel like some of her other stuff that I've read felt older. Um,
Yeah, like Allegedly, which is, the first book I read by her, I enjoyed it.
yeah.
Um,
And even
the
Monday's Not
It's Not
Coming.
Coming, yeah,
That felt older. It didn't feel childlike.
yeah. Well,
Um,
and you know what too, it felt it felt rel it felt age appropriate. Is
mhm.
if I'm saying it correctly. Like Monday's Not Coming, that character was maybe junior high? It wasn't high school, I don't
Yeah.
believe, and if it was,
No, it's
the
junior
things
high, I
that this
think.
kid the things that the character was doing was what that kind of character would, you know what I mean? Like, that's what a junior high person, granted, it drove me crazy, but I felt like it was very age
Yeah, it
appropriate.
was
Like,
age appropriate, but I feel like and I know this is like a dichotomy type of thing, but even though the main character was young and we were seeing it through young eyes, the storytelling felt mature. Does that make sense?
yeah, it
Like,
does.
I didn't I
Yeah, I
didn't
can
feel
get that.
like she was unreliable because she was young. I didn't feel like, "I can't believe she's doing this," because she was
Yeah.
young.
You know what? I would agree with that. I would, because I'm playing it back in my mind. Even like with Allegedly, it was like Allegedly, I didn't even realize it was, and I don't even know if Allegedly is considered YA. But like, and even Monday's Not Coming, I don't even think, like, when I read those books, I didn't see them as a YA
Mhm.
book,
No.
because it was just like you said, it was told on a level that wasn't, I don't think a kid would read. And
Right.
if they did, okay, but it wasn't.
It wasn't served up for kids.
No, I didn't feel like I was reading a John Green book. Like, when I
No.
read John Green books, I know I'm reading a effing YA book.
Yeah.
Or I can't remember, there's just some books, like, oh fuck, here
Yeah.
go these teenagers.
So, like, even The Weight of Blood, I gave that 5 stars. I loved that.
I
And
didn't
you
read
know
that
what?
one. That's paranormal,
It
right?
was, but guess what? It also has social commentary. I didn't mind
Mhm.
it. It didn't bother
Okay.
me in that setting. It was great.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Okay.
White Smoke, 4 stars. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and, like, even like we just talked about, Monday's Not Coming, 4 stars. I liked it a
Mhm.
lot. I
Yeah.
didn't like Allegedly as much as you did. I think I
Sure.
gave that a 3.
Girl, I enjoyed allegedly. That twist at the
Um,
end just
yeah, I was like, "Ugh." But, but I just so it's not to say that I have not enjoyed her work, clearly I have,
Right.
but just something about this one is
Yeah.
really making me and I feel and like I said, I feel like even though her other things might have been YA, they didn't just give me this feeling like this one did. Something about this one.
Mhm. It was infuriating. And
Yeah.
I know you could also say on the flip side that she wrote it so well because I've never hated a character as much as I hated Devon. You know what I mean? Like I've heard people say, "See, that's when you know they wrote a good character because you hated them so much." And I'll say she wrote the hell out of Devontae because if she wanted me to hate him, mission accomplished. But the other stuff, um, as a Black woman, and I think this may be where you're coming from,
Mhm.
that she said, are you, and I'll just say it. Did you feel like she sold it? Sold us short. Like you missed something when it
Mm,
came to that opportunity to write a Black woman character, which she's done well in other books. But here,
mhm.
you missed an opportunity to provide us with at least one strong one. And the one
Yeah.
strong one that you did provide us with, you threw us for a loop in the last, what, 2% of
Mhm.
the book?
Mhm.
But the whole fucking time
And it
we're
felt
like,
fake. It felt
yeah. And there
unbelievable.
was no indication, like you were saying, there was no indication. There were no breadcrumbs that led us to believe that, hold up, something ain't right here,
Yeah,
that there's another plan here. The only
exactly.
thing I got was that I knew Vanessa was in on this plot with her brother. That I knew.
Quote unquote brother.
Yeah, her lover. But
I
yeah,
said that is not her brother.
when he had to talk her down from beating the shit out of somebody at a party,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, whoa, 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 that's more than a brother. That's more than a brother.
I
You
don't
know,
know,
because
for
your brother be
whatever
like,
reason.
back up, girl, sit. Nah, he up there rubbing his shoulders, trying to calm down. No, mm-mm. So, but yeah, I think I totally get what you're saying with this one.
Yeah. So, I don't
Yeah.
know. And also, I can tell that, Miss Jackson is either a millennial or a zennial because stop using Devontae name as such a horrible person. I'm like, I like that name. And now it's like,
Girl, my son's name
I
is
know. I
Devontae.
thought about that. I said, oh.
Yeah. Well, there's another story. Who did the other one? Gosh. Somebody else used Devontae in their book. Oh my God. I can't remember. Angie Thomas. Her
Okay.
first book had Devontae in there. I can't think of the name of the book. Just so many books. But yeah, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I mean,
Yeah,
only people of a certain age name their characters Devontae.
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I totally get where you're coming from with your view on this one.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents. Should we go ahead and rate it?
Yes, please.
Okay. How about you go first? Because I'm still teetering.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I'll give it a 3. I was teetering with just a little lower, but I was like, I didn't like the ending. Um, but like I said too, that she wrote this book for us to be frustrated with how easily people can be indoctrinated. And the character Devante, I think she did really well. It wasn't horrible. It was slow in the middle. Um, but yeah, it was okay. It wasn't horrible. It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll co sign on your 3. I kind of feel meh about it. That's where my meh stuff goes to live in the
Mhm.
threes. Um,
In the land of threes.
yeah, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting,
Mhm.
it was infuriating and it got me to post on TikTok. So that says something. But I still would not say it was fantastic.
Recommendable.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
done better. I've read better by her, as I have just said.
Yeah. Yeah. And it, like you said, if her whole goal was to frustrate us and to make us know that, look, Black women can be gullible too, mission accomplished. But I also feel like when we just mentioned that, you missed an opportunity too. You have a HBCU and you didn't have one strong Black woman. Even if she just popped up every once in a while.
Yeah, or even if she just came in to like foil Jordan's situation, always checking, and Jordan had to somehow get rid of her ass because she's messing up her plan. I don't know, just something.
Scoop. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And the Nick character. I'm still struggling with okay, so why Nick? What was his purpose?
Yeah, I agree. Nick wasn't even hot. Do something.
Let us know. At least let us know he hot.
Yeah, do something. I gotta know what's going on here. I mean, because ultimately Jordan went to not only take care of her brother's business, but she I want the Black experience. After all that, you went for a Black experience.
You just left this crazy, crazy white boy. And that was the other thing. It's so here you have this, I don't know. Yeah. Me and Nick.
Yeah, there was opportunity missed with him, I think. He wasn't utilized enough. Properly. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she made him almost like the token white guy. He was in a Black frat, he was like the Eminem of this book.
Yeah, he was.
I wouldn't even say, he was very, okay. I don't know what else to say.
We're going to end it there because we said all we had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us know what you thought of The Scammer if you read it. If you haven't, has our discussion encouraged you to check it out? Or are you going to pass? Let us know what you rated it if you did read it. It's not too late to join us for book club. So if you read it and you want to talk to us about our comments or share your own feelings on that, join us on the book club's app. It'd be great to have you. And that's it. We'll see you next month. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone. Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.